On today's Glory Day show, the NFL is getting ready to start the Super Bowl tournament. We'll go through the wild card matchups for this weekend.
And Black Monday came for the Jets and the rest of the NFL. What's going to happen after Woody Johnson pulled the trigger, firing both Rex Ryan and the embattled general manager John Idzik?
And the winner of our Pigskin Pick'em contest will join us live via Skype to gloat about his wire-to-wire win.
And he does deserve it. He did kick everybody's butt. And in our Did You Hear About segment, we've got stories about an NFL player that didn't know he stepped on another player, a dad in Alabama who took out his son's loose tooth with a golf swing, and Los Angeles Kings coach Darryl Sutter trying to ice the opposing goalie. These stories and more on today's Glory Day coming up right now. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to 2015. Today is Saturday, January 3rd, and you're watching the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco as we begin our fourth year here on Enravio.com.
Amazing.
My name is Paul Discofani. This is my good friend Bruce Oler. Kyle Melnick and Bonnie Schultz are behind the glass, and you are joining us on the Enravio.com TV network, broadcasting to the world from the Enravio studios at the Village Music Shoppy right here in beautiful Mastic, Long Island, in the great state of New York.
Yeah.
Good morning.
How are you today?
All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Yeah.
And it's my mom's birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, Mrs. Oler.
85 years young.
Wow. Why do they say that, by the way? At what age do you start getting young? Is it like 80?
Yes.
30?
30, okay.
Good for her.
Yeah.
That's good. So you guys are going to
We're
have...
going to be over there, going to have some family over.
It's too bad you can't sing karaoke.
Well, we will be doing that, I can tell you that. Up the ante this year a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is that I was hoping that I had a small TV that I could have hooked up to for the lyrics.
Yes.
So it's got to go into the TV that's right in the living room there. So we got to do karaoke early because the game started at 4:30 today. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'll get ragged if I'm doing karaoke in the football game.
You're not going to be allowed to do karaoke while the football game.
So it's got to be early. It's got to be early. That'll be good because my wife will be mortified the whole time that I'm singing anyway. So
what song?
We get that out of the way early.
Does everybody have to sing a song or?
Well, you know, I told you, you know, I put this database together. I got printouts of all the songs. I actually came up with, you know, the little sheets for the requests, you know, your name, the song you want to sing, you know, disc number. I mean, that's the only thing that stinks is if you had it on a computer, you know, where everything was, you know, available, I guess, you know, virtually.
Right.
You know, you could just pick the song out or whatever.
Is your wife going to sing a song?
Oh, I doubt that. I doubt that.
What song is your mother going to sing?
American Pie, I think. I don't know. My sister was doing a dry run of it yesterday. She needed a little practice, I can tell you that.
So karaoke at the Oler's house in Massapequa
320
Park
Pittsburgh
today.
Avenue. Okay.
Be there or be square. Alrighty. Shall we get started?
Let's do that.
You know who's going to be on the show today?
I know.
The winner of our Pigskin Pick'em. You know, we've been doing this now for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And whoever won never got a chance to come on and gloat.
Yeah, and this guy, I'm sure he's going to love gloating.
John Puccio is going to be on the show via Skype.
You think he's watching now?
Oh, I'm sure he's watching now.
All right.
He should be watching now.
Right. We should see if he's in the chat box. You know?
All righty, let's go into our Did You Hear About segment.
Okay, where is that noise? Here we go.
All righty. Our first story is about notorious bad guy Ndamukong Suh. He's that guy in Detroit. He was suspended on Monday for intentionally stepping on quarterback Aaron Rodgers' calf and ankle while the quarterback was down on the ground.
Yeah.
Suh claimed he was pushed into the quarterback while being blocked. But Vice President of Football Operations for the NFL said, you did not respond in a manner of someone who had lost his balance and accidentally contacted another player who was lying on the ground.
Yeah.
All right? This illegal contact, specifically the second step, and your push off with your left foot clearly could have been avoided. All right? So even though he wasn't flagged on the play, he was still suspended. And he would have missed the game on tomorrow, right?
He should.
Yeah, he would have missed Sunday's playoff game with the Cowboys, but he appealed the suspension.
Yeah.
And the hearing officer, who's from the NFL, Ted Cottrell, reduced the discipline to just a $70,000 fine.
What was the original, 100?
No, it was just a suspension with no fine.
Oh, no fine. Okay.
Now, Cottrell is appointed and paid
Yeah.
by both the NFL and the Players Association. But you kind of want to figure out, well, what did he say to get out of it? So he says his actions were because he said his feet were numb. And from the cold weather, they were playing at Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
I'm sure it was cold.
And he was unable to distinguish between Rodgers' ankle and the frozen ground. Did you hear what Aaron Rodgers said?
No.
Aaron Rodgers says, if you step on something in your everyday life, or if you step on somebody on the field, the first reaction seems to be looking back and maybe apologizing with your hands, or maybe pulling your foot back right away. And I'm not sure that's what happened on Sunday. Did you see the play? Have you seen it?
I have not. I mean, I've read about it, you know. I mean, this guy's a repeat offender, you know.
I mean, if you haven't seen the play, if you go to our Glory Days Facebook page, it's on there.
I think it should be paired with Roger Clemens picking up the broken bat and throwing it, you know. I'm sure he didn't know that was a bat that he picked up to throw at, you know, Mike Piazza.
It was so obvious that he was stepping on him.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, Suh will be a free agent after the season.
Yeah.
He's been punished 8 different times for on-the-field things, fined hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he was even suspended. Remember that Thanksgiving game? He stepped on the guy's right arm during Thanksgiving. Everyone in the world was watching. You know, I don't know. He is first of all, he's gigantic.
Yeah.
He's this huge, gigantic guy. And I don't know.
I have a few thoughts about this. This guy's a multiple repeat offender. He should be tossed from the league. How many times did he get suspended?
He's been suspended 8 times.
8
No,
times.
he's been suspended once. He's been fined 8 times.
Yeah, you know, the fact that the suspension was overturned is a joke.
Yeah.
You know.
You know why they overturned it?
I don't know what Ted Cottrell is thinking, you know. Well, I guess, and he's an ex-Jet, right, Ted Cottrell?
Yeah, I
Wasn't
think
he
so,
defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens when Suh reaches free agency. I wonder how many GMs are just going to pass on him due to, I mean, I would pass on him.
Well, you know what?
You look to draft character players, you know. This guy is not a character player.
But this guy's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster player.
He should be thrown out of the league. He really should be.
This is the type of thing that the NFL is saying that they want to get rid of.
How about this personal conduct policy? I guess it doesn't apply to on the field.
No. You can do anything you want on the field.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
Because there's a rule book, I guess, right? That's nuts.
All right, let's talk about the other story.
Okay. So you were talking about Black Monday.
Yeah.
He led San Francisco to 3 consecutive NFC Championship games, brought them to the Super Bowl in 2013, but that wasn't good enough. Okay? The team released him from his contract, and, you know, who I'm talking about is Coach Jim Harbaugh, or ex-coach Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
He returned to his alma mater, Michigan, for 7 years at $5 million per year. Same salary he had in San Francisco, came with a $2 million signing bonus.
Yeah.
Harbaugh said, "Throughout my life, I have dreamed of coaching at the University of Michigan. Now I have the honor of living it." He's living the dream, I guess.
He's living the dream, man.
He was a starting quarterback for 3 years under legendary coach Bo Schembechler. Always remembered for his delivering a victory after he guaranteed it.
Right, yeah.
Over Ohio State in 1986, the year he was the Big Ten Player of the Year and finished 3rd in the Heisman Trophy voting. Okay.
Yeah. Did you see, by the way, speaking of Heisman Trophy, I know this is off the subject.
Yeah,
Did you see the commercials?
Yeah, I know. That's a good one. When they're all, I guess, they're all talking about it, right? Joe
Right,
Montana's
it was Bo,
Herschel Walker.
Bo Jackson,
Yeah.
Herschel Walker, and Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
And Doug Flutie is talking about it being great to have the hardware, and he does
I
the
know.
Heisman pose or
Yeah.
whatever it is, like this, I guess. And he does the Heisman pose, and then Bo Jackson says, "Yeah, I won that award."
That's right.
And the other guy goes, Herschel Walker goes, "Yeah, I won that award." And
Joe
Joe
Montana.
Montana's just sitting there in the corner,
Yeah.
and he holds up his rings, and he's got his 4 Super Bowl rings and the championship ring from Notre Dame when they won the national championship. And he just says,
Oh, I didn't know what the 5th one was, because I saw 5. He had
Yeah.
5 rings, and I said, I thought they only won 4.
yeah, it was the thing. And he just
4
says, I
Super
don't know.
Bowls.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. So back to our friend Jim Harbaugh.
Right.
Okay. They finished with a losing record this year. The 3rd time in the last 7 years they failed to receive a bowl bid. The Wolverines have not won the Big Ten Conference since 2004. So it's a big move by Michigan, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's 2 stories here, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the first story is, you know, this guy's very successful. You know, he's, like I say, he's been to 3 league championship, conference championship games, I
Right.
guess, right? Super Bowl once. You know, yet he bounces around. He was successful in Stanford too.
Yeah, he's always been.
This guy bounces around a lot. You know, you have to wonder.
I think they said it was kind of like he wears out his welcome.
Yeah, well, he just, you know, when you see him on the sideline, he's very intense, you know. But it always seems to me that he's whining. You know what I mean? That guy would get on my nerves pretty quickly, I think. You know.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens wherever he stays. He doesn't stick around long. You know.
But he's successful.
He is. And then the second story is, okay, so now there's a vacancy there.
Right.
Black Monday, a bunch of coaches got fired. Rex Ryan's in the mix there. He's either interviewed for there already or he will be interviewing for that position.
Yes.
You know, and that's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they got a good defense.
Right.
You know, they got a decent quarterback.
Anybody who walks into that spot is going to be in.
It's set up for
in
success.
fairly good shape. And
you
I
know?
guess he's not coming to the Jets.
That's right. Yep.
All right. Did you see this video?
I did not see this either.
Another one, if you go to our Glory Days Facebook page, you'll see this video. With his 7-year-old son, Noah, wearing an Alabama football sweatshirt
Crimson
on the
Tide.
front lawn,
Yep.
Phil Smith tied dental floss around the loose tooth, attached the other end to a Titleist golf ball, then teed up the ball with a driver in his hand, and he asked the son if he's ready, right? So the kid's like, yeah, right.
Is he standing or is he
You know, he's
kneeling?
standing up. He's standing up. And he goes, boom, he smacks the ball, and the tooth goes flying.
Yeah.
You know, it's only 52 seconds of video. But the father is loudly, proudly proclaiming, you know, the process, and before he's addressing the ball and everything. And I just want to know now, your children have lost teeth. Did you ever pull them out of their mouth in any way, shape, or form?
No. No. I think I pulled teeth out of my own, you know, when I was younger or whatever. You know.
Did you really, when
I
you were
think so.
little?
Yeah. I wanted the tooth fairy to come in. You know, I wanted some.
You needed cash.
Wanted the cash, man. You know.
How much did you give your children for teeth?
I think it was about $1. I think.
It was
something like
$1,
that.
yeah, me too.
I mean, with us, it was a quarter, man. That's what it was, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
Man, I remember trying to
change.
pull out 2 teeth. You know what I mean?
You're saving for quarter beer night at the.
I tell you, but that is 1,000 hits, I guess, that are out there, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's 100,000 hits.
100,000 hits. What did I say? 1,000. Yeah.
All right. How much time we got?
You know, the question.
All right,
I had,
we got time.
The question I had about this was the fact that he was wearing an Alabama shirt. Was this before or after Alabama lost?
Well, if it was
lost in the Sugar Bowl.
If this was after Alabama lost, he would have teed his son's head up, probably.
Where is this guy from? Did you
Just
know
somewhere
that?
in Alabama. Somewhere.
Alabama. Okay. All right.
All right. The last and final story.
Yep. The hapless, and I think the Yankees are playing them tomorrow night, Edmonton Oilers and the world champion Los Angeles Kings were in the middle of a shootout the other night in Edmonton when Kings coach Darryl Sutter tried to rattle Edmonton goalie Ben Scrivens by pointing out a technicality. The knob of the end of the goalie's stick was technically illegal because it contained the orange-colored tape after orange-colored tape.
Right.
All right. After each team had taken one shot, Sutter alerted the officials about the orange on the knob, which is in violation of Rule 10.2.
Did you know there was a 10.2?
I did not know that. I'm sure Pete Torgerson does.
Yeah.
So the rule says in the case of a goalkeeper stick, there needs to be a knob of white tape or some other protective material approved by the league. Failure to comply with this provision will result in the goalkeeper stick being deemed unfit for play. The rule is on the books to prevent the goalie from using anything bright to this, and I guess it was bright, I guess it was orange, to distract the opposing skaters.
Well, isn't white brighter than orange?
Yeah, well,
that's what I would have thought.
Technically. So I don't know what to make about this story. I really don't.
Well, you know what it was? It was like they. I kind of read the story and I thought about Billy Martin.
Yeah.
And Brett.
George Brett.
George Brett.
Yeah. When he could charge out of the dugout after he hit the home run.
The Kings played the whole game.
Yeah.
Didn't complain about it once.
Yeah.
Until it was time for the shootout.
Yeah.
And you know, they changed the rule in baseball because of that Billy Martin incident.
They did.
Yeah, the rule now is if you think that a player is using illegal equipment, you have to point it out before the play occurs. You can't point it out after the play occurs.
I see.
So, in essence, that thing with the pine tar.
Yeah, it was after he hit the home run.
It was after he hit the home run.
Okay.
And so that way, if he hits into a double play.
George Brett goes bananas, man. I'd like to know what his blood pressure was at that point in time.
That is the greatest. You could see him just going.
And, you know, we just thought about him fairly recently because the Royals were back in the World Series, you know, and you know he was a big fan of theirs, man. You know, but that's all you can think about with that one. Yeah.
But Darryl Sutter, man, you know, he's a Sutter.
Yeah.
He's one of the dogs, right?
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good family. That's a pretty good hockey family.
They are.
All righty. So why don't we get ready here?
Okay.
Actually, we're just getting started. Take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at what the NFL has come to call Black Monday.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about what owner Woody Johnson's going to do with his franchise. Or is it our franchise? I guess it's his since he owns it.
It is his franchise.
Later on, we'll take a look at the matchups for the Wild Card Weekend, and we'll hear from the winner of our Glory Days Pigskin Pick'em contest. Stay with us. You're watching the Glory Days Show with Bruce and Disco, only on the Radio.com TV network. Coming right back.
What's up, guys? We're Scared No Fair, and we're here with Enravio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
Village Music Shop in Mastic has everything you need to give the gift of music this holiday season. Electric guitar packages with a guitar, amp, bag, and strap for only $1.99. Acoustic guitar packages as low as $79. Full-size 5-piece drum set package starting at $2.99. And all holiday packages come with 2 free private lessons. Gift cards available. Village Music Shop of Mastic. The best prices and personalized service for over 45 years. Call 1-800-HEY-DUDE and visit villagemusicshop.com. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com. InRavio.com wants you. InRavio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to InRavio.com/join the team.
Along with the coaches from Atlanta, Chicago, San Francisco, and Oakland, Jets owner Woody Johnson, as expected, announced the firing of coach Rex Ryan. What was not completely expected was that he also fired general manager John Idzik after just 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of thought it was. I'm sure those the guys that we spoke to from firejohnidzik.com, I really personally think that they got through to him.
Yeah.
But anyway. The Jets had failed to make the playoffs for 4 straight years. And after a miserable 4-12 season that saw fans hiring planes and starting a Fire John Idzik movement, Johnson had seen enough. Mm-hmm. Did you see what he said at the press conference?
I
Some
did.
of the things,
yeah.
On Monday morning, he said, we're in the win business, and we're not winning. So I think this is something that I had to do. It was kind of obvious that we had to make the change. Johnson has since hired consultants Charlie Cassidy and Ron Wolf. I think Ron Wolf was from the Green Bay Packers,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
Both former general managers to help him in the search for new leadership.
Okay.
He seemingly understands the importance of getting it right this time when he said this. This is a very, very, very critical time.
3 varies.
Right now. We've got to make some good decisions. We've got to structure this thing properly, right? So some of the coaches the Jets have considered are Dan Quinn from Seattle.
Yeah.
He's the defensive coordinator. Adam Case, Denver's offensive coordinator. Josh McDaniels, New England's offensive coordinator. And a few college coaches.
Yeah.
For general managers, they're talking about the guy from Kansas City, guy from New Orleans, guy from Houston, guy from Tennessee. But then this intriguing new possibility came.
And this is an intriguing possibility. Yeah.
Buffalo's head coach Doug Marrone surprisingly opted out of his contract. He had signed a 4-year deal in 2013, but he put an opt-out contract in his in case Buffalo was sold.
Yeah. Which there was speculation going back a few years that
It not
was
only
gonna
allows him to walk away from the concert, but he
gets paid.
He gets $4 million even if he walks away. Why wouldn't you walk away?
Exactly.
So anyway, Marrone will interview with the Jets. He was supposed to interview on Sunday or Monday, but they pushed that back.
Okay.
Because they're going to be in Seattle talking to Quinn. This is the first year that the NFL has allowed players, allowed
Coaches
the coaches
on teams, I guess, that are in the playoffs, if
Right.
they're not playing that weekend.
Right. So since they're on the bye, Seattle, New England, and whoever.
Denver and Green Bay are the other.
The thing that I don't understand about this guy Marrone.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a good point. Some of the criticism of John Idzik, okay, was that basically, or some of the defense that he had was basically, hey, I didn't hire the head coach.
Right.
And
now they're
so
talking about
if they go this path, they're doing the same thing they did before, and whether it turns out good or not, they're always going to set themselves up for the speculation that, you know what, there you go, you did it again. You got the coach before you got the general manager.
Right.
But
so now what do you do? Are you so afraid that this guy is going to get a job?
What's his record? He was 9-7 this year and last year.
9-7. He was
Like, maybe
7-9 or something.
I think he's less than 500 in his storied 2-year career, right? You know.
So, it's not like, it's Vince Lombardi's
Yeah,
son.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, Rex Ryan was probably a better coach than him.
Yep. The interesting thing is, will Rex Ryan interview with these guys? And imagine if this happened, okay?
Imagine
the
they
Jets
rehired
hired.
Rex.
It's like we traded head coaches,
Rex Ryan will go to Buffalo. And
I'd like to see Rex in San Francisco, really, but I'll tell you what, it's certainly feasible that he'll wind up in Buffalo, that this guy Doug Marone wind up with the Jets.
Right.
I don't think, though, like you say, that there's this guy is like the greatest thing since sliced bread, where there's, where there's going to be all this pressure they have to sign him right now. Especially when we don't have a general manager in place.
Well, that's the whole
This
thing.
will be a mistake to rush to
action. Judgment, as they say.
Yep.
The thing is, he's an okay coach.
Yeah.
The only thing I liked about him was he did have the cojones to know that E.J. Manuel was a bad quarterback.
Was not the answer. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So after 4 weeks, when we knew, him and Geno Smith were in the same draft class.
Yep.
Right. We knew that Geno Smith stunk.
Yep.
But yet, they continued to play him. Mm-hmm. And I'm still not 100% convinced that was Rex's decision. Because Rex knew he had to win.
Yeah. The thing that Rex did interesting, I think, he could have really blamed a lot of people, but he really fell on the sword. You know what I mean? He told the company line. And this
lot of times.
And this sets him up well for, he's not going to be this disgruntled guy they got to worry about, this loose cannon like Harbaugh was, maybe, or something like that. That's why I'd love to see him in San Francisco. I really would.
Yeah, I think he's going to land a head coaching job.
Yep. It would be ironic if he went up in Buffalo when the Jets got Marone. That would be crazy.
Well, I'm just hoping that whoever they get, and again, not that this guy Marone.
I got to tell you, these names that you threw out there for the general manager, I don't know. I don't even know what a general manager does, really.
No, it just.
We just know that John Edsick wasn't a good one.
I looked at some of the. I want to reread the teams, right? Because the names don't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. The general managers are Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City has one receiver touchdown in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's good. The Jets didn't either.
Yeah. New Orleans has completely fallen apart.
Yeah.
Without, when Drew Brees is your quarterback.
Yeah.
And
I'm
not sure
all
this
these
is
guys
the
are
guy.
part of a club, man. They're the only guys you consider is what it is, But then, the one name that's not on here is guy from Philadelphia, and I don't know if something happened in Philadelphia this week where all of a sudden one guy got.
He's out.
Yeah.
The guy Ron Wood or something.
Right. And maybe he's talked to the Jets. Maybe it's like he's pulling a Costanza. You know what I mean? Wanted to get fired on purpose.
Well, I mean, you look at these teams. I mean, Houston.
Yeah.
Houston has needed a quarterback for years. They still don't have one. Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee. You're going to take the general manager for the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah. None of these, I mean, and that was a question we asked these guys, these FireJohnIdzik.com guys, and they really didn't have an answer. I mean, they did say the right thing. We're not advocating for anybody. We just want this guy out. You know? So we got our wish now. And now Woody Allen, Woody Johnson.
Be careful what you wish for.
These pretzels are making me thirsty. But now he's going down. I mean, so he's got all this pressure on him, and so he brings in 2 consultants. Be interesting to see what these guys come up with.
Right. And what are they going to come up with?
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
It's not like there's somebody where they're just not talking about the guy that's out there.
Yeah.
There's just nobody out there. There's nobody with a real, I want to call it a cachet or something, where you say, oh, that's the guy.
Yeah.
There's no Bill Parcells out there. There's no guy who you look at and say, he's going to lead us to the promised land.
That's right.
You got to hope that they get one of these guys that's been flying under the radar.
I mean, the thing they were talking about was maybe Nick Saban, you know what I mean, who doesn't...
but again, he's not
Well, he said he wasn't interested.
Yeah,
he said he wasn't interested,
Why would you ever leave a college job?
I don't know. I saw that the Bills owners, Ted and Kim Pagula, they're flying out to San Diego to interview San Diego offensive coordinator Frank Reich.
Frank Reich?
Yeah, who
was with Buffalo, right?
That's right. They also interviewed, you mentioned, I guess, the offensive coordinator on Denver being somebody the Jets would look for. This Adam Gase?
But look at who that guy had to work with.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
He worked with Peyton
You
Manning.
know, the thing I notice about Buffalo, okay, they are flying to places. These guys aren't coming to Buffalo. You know, nobody goes to Buffalo in January, man. You know.
Why would you?
Well, I was thinking about that, but then Frank Reich, I mean, he knows already. He knows what he's getting into. He played there. He lived there. You know.
Yes.
And I guess Denver's a cold weather place too. So.
All right. How are we doing on time over there? We in there? We in the zone, as they say? All right. Why don't we take a break?
That sounds good.
We're going to take a break. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take, I guess, that's our second break?
It is our second break.
We're going to take our second break. Excuse me. But we're not done yet. It's playoff time.
Yeah, we'll talk a little
in
bit
the
about
NFL.
that. Yep.
And we'll talk about all of the games before they get played as Wild Card Weekend begins later today. You watch the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco only on the InRadio.com TV
For over
network.
60 years.